As the year comes to a close, let's take a look back at the absolute best that happened in WWE in 2023. Rewards will be given out to the best wrestlers, matches, returns, moments, and even breakout superstars, and even a MVP. First up, we got best moment. WWE has been filled with great moments in 2023, but which one was the best? Here are some of the nominees. Obviously, the first nominee is CM Punk, a return we never thought would actually happen. This shocked the wrestling world. It was just purely electric. Next nominee is Gunther for becoming the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion in WWE history. Then we have Sami Zayn turning on the Bloodline at the Royal Rumble. Was a moment in WWE history we will never forget. Next nominee is also a Bloodline turn. This time it's Jey Uso turning on Roman Reigns, super kicking him in the face on SmackDown to leave the Bloodline. Ending his 2-year storyline with the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns when he pinned him at Money in the Bank. Being the first to pin Reigns in over 3 years? That's wild. But Jey sadly lost to Reigns at SummerSlam. Last but not least is WWE Undisputed Champion Roman Reigns, going over 1,000 days as champion. I just wish he would have defended more. But I'm not going to complain. There has been many great moments in WWE 2023, but the reward only goes to one. And the reward goes to CM... My bad, y'all boys. My bad. The reward goes to Sami Zayn turning on the Bloodline, a moment that really was, and it still is, unforgettable. Probably the best ending to a WWE show ever. A moment so near and dear, it had everyone talking about it. Everybody and their mama was talking about how Sami Zayn betrayed Roman Reigns. Hands down, the best moment of the year. This past year in WWE has consisted of many great rivalries, but only one of them could take home the prize. So the first nominee is Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio. Second is Sami Zayn again versus the Bloodline. Third is Cody versus Roman Reigns. And the last nominee is Trish Stratus versus Becky Lynch. Although I love seeing Rey spank his own kid. I mean, Dominic's annoying, but... Best Rivalry Awards goes to Sami Zayn versus the Bloodline. The story from how he was in the Bloodline to eventually being fed up with Reigns' antics and turning on him was pure perfection. Well, maybe except Sami losing at Elimination Chamber, in his hometown, while Roman is now still champion 100,000 years later. But anyway, I digress. But all is well because he won the Undisputed title alongside his best bud Kevin Owens, and he defeated Reigns to retain his title at Night of Champions. Hot take, best storyline in WWE history. Next we have Match of the Year. 2023 was filled with a bunch of classics and bangers. Speaking of bangers, first nominee is Sheamus versus Gunther versus Drew McIntyre. A bunch of men slapping meat. Pause. When you see 3 of the hardest hitters in the ring together, you're guaranteed to have a banger. Also, Gunther is just incapable of putting on a bad match. Next nominee is Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens versus the Usos for the tag team titles at WrestleMania. This match was more than we ever expected it to be. I mean, the storyline going into the match was already top tier, but the actual match itself was legendary. Having 2 buds come together to take down the Usos and to take all the gold. Next nominee is Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair for the Women's Championship. Hands down the best women match of the year. Rhea proving to the world that she's going to run the women's division for years to come, while Charlotte proves she still got it this late in her career. Next nominee is Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul at WrestleMania. Logan Paul only had 3 matches prior to this match, and he put on an absolute banger against Seth Rollins. Whether you like him or whether you hate him, you gotta admit, he's a really good wrestler. Last 3 nominees all include Roman Reigns. First is Roman Reigns versus Cody for the Undisputed title at Mania, Roman Reigns versus Sami Zayn at Elimination Chamber, and Roman Reigns versus our favorite Logan Paul. I mean, come on, it was only Logan Paul's second match of all time and it was great. Hate how good that guy is. And the winner for best match is Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania for the Undisputed title. This felt like the most important match of the year, with Cody Rhodes trying to finish the story in honor of his dad. Now it's time for the Breakout Superstars of 2023. In 2023, there has been multiple breakout stars, thanks to the new booking team of basically DX. But there can only be one winner. Nominee number 1 is LA Knight. At first he was changed to Max Dupree, but because of concerns over his age, that's the reason why. But when Triple H took over, he returned and quickly became a fan favorite known as LA Knight, winning the fans over with his undeniable mic skills and charisma. WWE, put a title on the guy. What are you doing? Next is Io Sky, who won the Money in the Bank and became Women's Champion. Jey Uso went from being the right-hand man / bloodline Uso to being main event Uso, becoming one of the biggest baby faces in the company currently. And the award for best wrestler goes to Gunther, who hasn't had a bad match in WWE yet. Most importantly, before I end this video, somebody deserves an MVP in WWE, and the MVP award goes to Triple H, because without him, Gunther would be buried. CM Punk wouldn't be back in WWE. There would be no heavyweight title to begin with, so you'll be stuck waiting for Roman Reigns to get off the couch and wrestle. And finally, there would be no LA Knight, only Max Dupree. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. For more wrestling content, subscribe. And this is Wrestling R Us.